What's up, all you beautiful people out there? I'm Joe, here with Nicole.
Hi, guys.
We're Scalp Logic, and today let's talk about something, and we want to get deep on this one.
Yes.
Why are guys not getting scalp micropigmentation, subtle micropigmentation, whatever you want to call it? Because we know there's so many guys out there that would love to have this done. They must need to have this done, but for whatever reason, they're afraid. Maybe they have a skewed vision of what it could look like. What do you think, Nicole? What comes to mind?
I mean, the biggest one is, I know it's, on the surface, but it's fear. It's what if I'm the one person that gets the botched job because of my skin or whatever the reason, and I'm walking around with this for the rest of my life or until I get it lasered.
Absolutely. I would say it's such a bold thing to do something like this, and I so respect that.
Yes.
There's a lot of fear, and for good reason.
Absolutely.
But I want to dig in a little bit further, because I don't know if you guys have been watching us for a while, if you're new to us, but we definitely do things a little bit different than the rest of the industry.
Yes.
We call our treatment subtle micropigmentation because we think we just do it a lot different. We know we do it a lot different. So we get guys that are very well researched.
Yes.
We get the guys that maybe have gone elsewhere in the past, got a laser removed. We get a lot of those phone calls at least.
Yep.
We work on a fair amount of those guys. So let's talk about some of maybe the more extreme cases, just to give some insight, because one thing I've noticed from working for 15 years in this, doing this, is I don't care where you live in the world, we're all the same. We're all doing the same thing, hiding the same way, making the same lies up, making the same mistakes if we think the Rogain's gonna save our life, or the Propecia, all that kind of stuff,
Yes.
right? So does anything come to mind? Any extreme examples that might help somebody out?
I mean, we've got a lot of guys.
How about somebody who was super apprehensive, almost backed out? We get a lot of those guys, but then they saw the light once they got it done.
So we have
What's
a lot
that?
of guys that are like, I was ready just to turn around as I was driving here, as I was flying here. I was just gonna book another flight back home, and then I was like, something inside of me was like, I'm just gonna go there.
Sure.
Let me just see if I get there, the vibe isn't good or whatever. Joe's treatment looks bad in real person.
Sure.
I'm gonna go back.
Absolutely.
And they get here, and it's like they're shaking, they're super nervous because it's a big deal. It's like you almost feel like, what if this isn't going to fit with my identity and who I am? I've been dealing with hair loss for so long, and now I'm going down this path, and what if it just makes the whole situation worse?
Yeah, so give that guy something. So there's plenty of guys that are thinking that. There's plenty of guys that watch our channel with burner accounts or whatever it is, right? Been following us for years.
We see you, no,
it's like, oh, what's your handle? Like, oh, no, I would never follow you with my regular handle. I respect that, but give them some insight, right?
Okay.
Help them out there.
Absolutely. So the way that we do this is completely different. I know Joe said that, but really we're working with your skin. We're making sure that this is undetectable. For us, if there's any way that people are going to be able to tell that you got this done, it's like, run, don't do it. We do it exactly the opposite.
Yeah, we definitely work on some high profile people we can't discuss, but let's just say someone like a surgeon we're working on right now, just the other day. I mean, this guy definitely, he did it for himself. He did it for the right reasons, I would suggest, right? So don't misunderstand, but he's concerned about everyone, all of his peers.
Yes,
he goes to a lot of conferences worldwide, and he's very concerned, what are people going to say? What are they going to think?
And he's like, if one person can tell, I don't care how close they are to me, I can't get this done. You have to understand that. And that was our first initial contact, was I cannot have anybody know that I've ever had this done.
And that's what subtle SMP is, subtle P, whatever you want to call it. That's what our version is for the guys that they don't want their moms to notice. I mean, you love having that conversation.
I
knew you were gonna light up. Nicole loves challenging the moms for whatever reason. The guy who's close to his mom and thinks, dude, my mom's gonna know, my dad's gonna know. Nicole is like, challenge accepted.
I love it. It makes me so excited.
And it's fun. We take a lot of pride. But again, to the point is, truly undetectable. I think that's overlooked, because you look around the internet, YouTube, whatever, and everybody's saying that, aren't they? And then what do we see? Can we talk about that? I don't want to, again, some people say we're on our high horse. We're trying to make the industry better, and we're trying to really dig in for the guys, I don't care about money, but millionaires, billionaires, the guys could have it all that want this, but they look on the internet and they see what SMP could be and the dominant version of.
We've worked with a lot of high profile guys that they're like, there's no way I would have gotten this done. There's just absolutely no way, because everything that I've seen, it doesn't appeal to where I am in my life and my profession and who I am. And the fact that there is another option where you can get it completely natural. It's different. And I know that a lot of people, they can't wrap their brains around it. I'm not saying it to be in a mean way, but it's what we do is so unique. It's so customized based on the actual skin.
And again, I mean no disrespect. I do this with the intention of trying to help people understand, help the community. It's hard to give guys visuals, references without giving you a visual. So we saw Squid Games.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Yes,
we saw two different guys that we're sure had SMP.
I think there was 3 altogether, but yeah.
Okay, at least one guy who had SMP.
And you could just
as a guy who doesn't, we do this for a living, it's like, okay, cool, it's getting like recognized, but then again, not to beat it up, I mean, no disrespect to these guys, but it doesn't look natural.
No,
if I was thinking about getting SMP and I saw these guys as references, there's no way I'm getting it done.
Yes.
So that's what we want to convey, is that there's so many different levels of realism, of what looks natural.
And I think the biggest understanding is we're not thinking about the here and now. I know we say this, but our objective is 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Sure. How does it settle into your skin? So let us know what you guys think. What do you think the reason is that guys are not getting SMP or subtle pigmentation around the world?